All right, so what I wanted to talk about today was how to add a stick to your rocket. Um, I know it's kind of easy, but some people may not actually understand how it works or why. So I just want to kind of talk about it a little bit. So pretty much what I'm using is a 36-inch by quarter-inch square dowel or square stick. You can see the measurements there. I get these like at Home Depot and stuff. They're pretty cheap, about like 89 cents a stick or something. But anyways, one thing that you do want to make sure, I'll try to get in the video, it's a little bit hard to see. I'll be able to see it, but in the camera it's hard. The stick, I keep them pretty flat all year. I keep them at rubber bands with other sticks, and I keep them pretty straight, but sometimes they have a little bit of a curve to them, and it's going to be a little hard to see because I can't get the camera on it. But anyways, what I wanted to say was this stick, maybe you'll be able to see it better like this because it's laying flat on my ground. On the very end there, it's kind of warping up like that a little bit. You want to have the part that goes up actually facing where the nozzle is. So if that makes sense. So like if it's curving in towards the Woody's tool, you want to make sure that the part facing in faces underneath the rocket, because as the rocket's going up, it's going to tend to try to go towards the direction of the bend, but because it's underneath the rocket, it's going to keep the force going up straight. If you do keep the bend on the outside, it may tend to lean to the opposite side and it might not fly as straight. So that was just a quick thing that I found out from Ned at fireworking.com. I'll try to see if I can film it this way because I know it's kind of hard to see when my hand's in the way. Still tail heavy. You don't want to cut off too much though, because if you do, you'll notice that you're not going to be able to just add on to the weight. I mean, you can, but then the stick's going to have to be modified, with some glue or something, and it's going to look kind of weird. But so you just keep going and just a little bit more. If you do cut a little bit too much, you could use, what was it, like hot glue on the end there, and it should kind of balance itself out again. And you can see that it is really, really close to balancing. It's barely moving and it's bouncing back up. So that means the weight is countering itself. So the tiniest bit of this wood is what I'm going to take out. All right, let's see what that does there. And there it is. It's balanced, not even moving. I can move it around. You can see that it is. See, if I just throw it on there, it's balancing itself out and it's pretty much there. So I'm gonna go and leave it there at this point. I kind of trimmed off about 3 or 4 inches of the stick. So all I gotta do is add a fuse to that, and you can hear the stars in there, and that should be it. I'm gonna make some more rockets, and on a few of them I'm gonna use some fins instead of using sticks. I like using the fins because it does stabilize it and there's no cutting, but that was just a quick video to show how to balance your rocket. So here's that one rocket I was showing the other day with the 3 salutes or whatever. I just put a stick on this guy and it's pretty good balanced. I did take a couple pieces off. I'll show you what I mean when I say if you cut too much off, you can put some glue on the bottom. It's kind of hard to focus, but there's that glue. I ripped it off of another rocket that I used. You can see where it burned. The rocket stick still works just fine. And if you balance it pretty good, you should be able to just pick it up and it should be able to balance itself like it's doing. That's how you know that the center of gravity is good. And I did a 4-ounce rocket, the 1/2 inch ID. I went ahead and pressed the rocket, and I went ahead and used that tool that I always do that makes that nice hole, the pacifier hole. And right there you can see the black powder down the middle. All I have to do is fill this with a scoop of black powder, and then I can attach a heading to it, or I can use a shell, which I'm gonna actually be using because I want to make sure that I get the most out of that kit that I just bought. So that's pretty much it for now. Just stay tuned for the testing and all that I'm gonna be doing. I do have a couple other fireworks I'm gonna be testing out, and the 4th is coming around pretty soon. So just stay tuned for that. Anyways, thanks for watching.